Well, we're through to the Conti Cup. Yes, the quarterfinals. We've drawn Chelsea. So, we do love a London derby. How are you, Al?
I'm good. I'm good. I have to say, our Conti Cup run was something of perfection. We had no goals conceded. We scored 8. We finished top of our group, which was a tough group. Didn't we
Not
say
easy.
when we first drew it, we were not confident because we've had our issues with Birmingham and Brighton before, and London City
Not
Lionesses
easy.
are an up and coming team. So there was no guarantees
No,
in
no.
that draw whatsoever. And the fact that we managed to, we beat London City 1-0, and I was like, right, good, 3 points out the way. Birmingham, a 4-0 win, which again, it was a bunch of youngsters, and our youngsters did us proud in that Birmingham game. Absolutely. And again, 3-0 Brighton. Now, Brighton have been our bogey team for a very long time. And the fact, again, we had our youngsters, didn't really trouble Anna at all.
No.
Anna Lee. And I think the icing on the cake was Kate Longhurst getting her goal.
It was as well. Not only that, Kate Fisk as well, having on captain's armband. That was
Yeah.
huge. But to be fair, Hope wasn't herself, because I was there. You couldn't make it down, could you,
Yeah.
Al? But I was there and I could see Hope Powell. I thought, that's not the Hope Powell that we all know and love. There's something definitely not right. She didn't seem as if she could get the communication right to her team. But yeah, no, it was a brilliant win for us as well. And seeing the kids come on. Actually, what I want to talk to you about, because it's doing my head in a bit, Al, and I haven't seen you for a while, so I can't actually ask you. But Lucy Parker, right?
Yes.
Now, brilliant dilemma for Ollie to have, but she's flawless. Every time I see her, it's like roll up her sleeves, focused, job done, end off. But she should be playing all the time, surely. I mean, what do we do with this?
I know, that's the problem. Like, it's a rare problem for West Ham to have, but we've got so many players we can choose from. She's mainly plays on the wing, right? So the problem we've got there is on the wing, we've got Svitskova, we've got Lisa, we've got, Z fits into that winger role. We've had Kate playing on the back on that winger role. So we've got there's a lot of competition. But having seen Lucy that I've seen, I want to see more of her. I want to see more of her, more than just being a cup player. She's scored twice in the Conti Cup, so we know she's got goals in her.
Yeah.
And
Scary.
she is the type of West Ham player that we want, which is she digs in, she gives it her all.
Yeah.
There's no ego there. She's playing for the badge. She wants to play for us. Let's reward that with some more first team play.
Just loves football. I mean, her family come, I think, from Cambridge all the time to go and see her. But if you think she's only played, I should have checked, I think it's 7 or 8 times for us this season. And already she's been called up for the under-23s, along with obviously Mel and Grace Fisk. So, they can see something in her, and she's only played 7, 8 games with us and not full 90 minutes as well, majority of them. So, it's a great dilemma for Ollie to have. But like you, I want to see more of her. I really do. So I think she's been out. I think that's been a difference in the cup as well. And having Anna Lee, obviously, as well. I mean, wow. I mean, a season ago or so, she would have been our first choice goalkeeper, I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Anna was always a great pick. I was so excited when we signed her because I watched her in the Unders World Cup. So I knew she was quality. I knew she was something special from New Zealand. And it's just a nice dilemma to have. You know what? We've got 2 cracking goalkeepers, which is probably going to do us well because I don't believe New Zealand are part of the Asia Cup, which means that we're going to see more of Anna because Mac will be going away with Australia in middle of next year. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, good stuff. I mean, it sets us in good stead for next season as well. Because I just want to also, actually, which I can't believe you missed, give a shout out to Rosie Jones as well. She's one of her own, Rosie Jones. It's one of the most. She literally lit up the room when she walked in. It was ridiculous. I mean, she was so happy, and she was shouting louder than we was as well. She was such fun.
That takes some doing. That takes some doing.
Does take some doing, yeah. I'm still recovering from shouting as well, but now Rosie can take over from us, I reckon. So yeah, but shout to her. She's just brilliant and looked fabulous in the Pride of Irons scarf, I must say. But when you look as well, and now as well, I mean, look, so the cup, we've drawn Chelsea in the cup. But again, we are in the quarterfinals, so you know, we could have had Spurs, we could have had Arsenal, we could have, you know,
anybody,
yeah, so it is what it is. And Chelsea at the moment, actually, probably the best time to play. So it was unfortunate in a way, though I can understand why, obviously, that the match was postponed.
Always happens to us, because we had that last season with Man City, where we could have played them at the best time for us to play them. And of course, they got the bye and then ended up beating us 4-0 that game.
I can't believe you said that. Yeah.
It's true.
Brought back some bad memories. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, you know what? Chelsea have proven they're beatable.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not on about Wolfsburg, because Wolfsburg were on their own thing. You look at the Reading game, where they lost 1-0. It's proven that they're beatable. It's one of those things where I think when we play them both in the league and in the cup, it's not going to be a pretty game.
No.
Let's cut that out. And it doesn't need to be a pretty game. I did see a lot of Chelsea fans complaining about the fact that Reading played them, basically got a goal and then parking the bus. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You've got to play it the way the game's going. We did it against Man City and beat them 2-0. And we came on the counter when needed, but we defended for our lives. And I think that's what we're going to have to do, because ill or not, Chelsea have got one of the best squads in the league. One of the, if you're keeping Beth England on the bench, that tells you what kind of squad they've got. So it's not going to be easy, but I don't think we're going to be a walkover for Chelsea either.
And the best manager as well, I think, in the WSL. Come on, I think. Apart from Ollie.
Oh, well, she's cursed them now. Ever since she did the purring thing at the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Curse them now.
You're right. Actually, talking of managers, I want to give a shout to Lydia Bedford as well. For those who don't know, she was also the women's youth coach, England women's youth coach. Sorry. Now, obviously, Chelsea Leicester coach, and won and got their first 3 points. So I was so happy for them. And but Birmingham now sitting right at the bottom of the table with 1 point. So I kind of forgot about them, to be fair.
Yep, they've not had a great season at all.
Not pretty, is it, for them? Not pretty at all. See, we won against Spurs, and our Dagny scored one of our own. She was so happy. It was such a great game. Yeah, I'm still getting over that one. So, but we've also had a lot of draws that have felt like losses, to be fair.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah, especially the Everton one where we fell asleep at the back. That was that
painful.
was hard to take.
I was at that one. That was painful.
It was hard to watch.
And I think that's our biggest problem, is because we'll start off really strong and we'll go into a winning position and we'll be great, and then we just fall asleep, and we're still bad at set pieces. Set pieces still make I can't look when we have to defend against set pieces. I can't. When we were playing Spurs, poor Patrick, bless him, shout out to Patrick, had me burying my head in his shoulder because I could not watch every time they got a corner or a free kick, because we're not great at them, and we need to tighten up at the back there. I think we did it last season and it worked well, and I'd like to see us bring it back. It was a 5 at the back. Yeah,
well, we definitely need that for Chelsea, without question. Yeah,
because we did that last season. It worked really well for us, having that 5 at the back.
And I want to say as well, obviously, because I always keep an eye on the West Ham X's, what we always call our own. Darlie, she was kind of a shadow of herself. She just doesn't seem to be happy at Everton at all, does she?
Didn't work at all. I saw, I had a quick word with her, just like to say, hey, how you doing, as the thing that goes. And she was very friendly and stuff like that, and things like that. But yeah, watching her play, and it's not her style of football at all. I think she got lured there because they were higher than us in the league. Last year, and it's just not fitting. I mean, they've got Tony Duggan there, they've got Izzy Christensen there, they've got Sorensen there, they've got McGill there, they've got a lot of big personalities there, and I think Darlie's getting a bit lost. And to be honest, I won't be surprised if she goes back to the French league at the end of the season. I don't see her staying at Everton for very long.
No, the WSL, after going to Everton, I can't see her staying in the WSL.
I
It
just
wouldn't
don't think
surprise me
we're her
actually if she
style of
went to
football.
America, maybe. A
Yeah,
little bit of sexy football over there wouldn't go amiss, I think. So I could see her fitting into quite a few of the NWSL ones, but that's another
yeah,
episode of something
conversation. Yeah.
completely different. But look, going back to West Ham quickly, we normally like to keep these really short and sweet, but because we haven't seen you for a while, we've extended it a little bit longer. But as well, where we look at where we are now to last year. I mean, we ended up at the end of the season having 15
In
points in
points.
total, and minus 18 goals. And us now, we've got 13 points plus one. So we're only 2 points short of what we had at the end of this last season. So,
Absolutely. The improvement is
whoa.
like, I can't even quantify it. I went with my parents to the Everton game because it's a local one for me, and they haven't seen West Ham play since the Man City game.
Oh, interesting.
And my mum said that the difference from this season to last season is staggering. We are playing beautiful football at the moment, and every player is just grafting and grafting and grafting. And it's something beautiful as a fan because, yes, sometimes the results haven't quite gone our way, but we're unbeaten at home.
I know. We couldn't, we were fighting to get a draw last season, let alone get a win at
We
home.
couldn't get a win at home for love nor money last season.
No. So,
And so this season, it's just everything seems to be falling into place. I think huge kudos to Ollie. He's brought in the players he wants and he's bringing in them. I think kudos to the club because they've now got, I think the biggest thing is they split Jack Sullivan's role when he stepped down, and we've got one person focusing on the publicity and the media and all of the like getting sponsors and stuff like that. And we don't know him, we don't see him. He might come to the games. I wouldn't know him if I fell over him. And then we've got a general manager who is focused on the club itself, as in the team. And I think that's the difference. He's hands-on. Nothing gets by him. And he's not got his attention split into different directions.
A lot of people sort of knock him, but ultimately, to me, he's got a voice. He says what he thinks. If you don't like it, he doesn't care. This is his job, and he gets on and he does the job, and that's what we want at West Ham. So I applaud him for it, and I will. I'll stand by him.
No, absolutely. I think that's the difference. But again, we've got grafters, and it's just a joy to see, and you can see the difference in the team. They seem to love playing again. They look like players that have been there since we moved up. So like Gillian, Kate, and they seem to have found a new energy and a new something. And when you've got your lonely Lisa Evans singing your praises and stuff like that, it says a lot about the club.
Well, with Viv Miedema, I mean, you know me, I never do pictures. I don't like pictures. I get embarrassed. I don't mind saying, but I don't know what overcame me. But I saw Viv Miedema come into where we were sitting, and I just asked for a picture, and she did. She got hold of the Pride of Iron scarf and held that up as well. So it's all good fun as well and part of it. So hopefully we can keep Lisa and maybe get Miedema over. It'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
That's the dream.
That's the dream. Who knows? We just never know. But listen. We'll have to end it there. Only thing I do want to say as well is a little bit disappointed with a couple of the fixtures that are coming up where they've changed the time for 6:45 on a Sunday night. Now, women's football's supposed to be a family game. The kids are going to be going home and going to bed. They're not going. A lot of people have to get up and go to work the next day. A lot of people have to travel up from Manchester down south. So it's not going to happen. I'd have my radio show on at 8 o'clock on a Sundays. I can't actually get to the matches. I just hope this isn't going to be a regular occurrence.
That's the thing. It's one of the pitfalls of the Sky deal. To be honest, I'm not sure the Sky deal has done much for the women's game because we're being fitted in around the men's. So we've got terrible game times, either stupidly early or crazy late, as we've seen, and it's not going to do much for attendance, which is what the point was. So not happy. Not happy.
But we will still be supporting no matter where we are. Don't forget, we're now doing shows as well from ex-West Ham players and where they are now. So if you'd like us to have a look at one of your favourite ex-players and do a little piece on that, let us know. For us a DM, put it on social media, shout from the whatever sort of where you're sitting in the ground, do whatever you like, but bump into us and say hello. Just let us know, and we'll look into it for you. See you later. Take care.
Bye guys, come on, your irons.
Yay.